Hello friends, myself Professor Rajendra Baburao Gharse, working as an head of electrical engineering department at NB Navle Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I am having a teaching experience of 9 years. I have completed BE Electrical from Government College of Engineering Karad and MTech from Indian Institute of Science Bangalore. I have secured All India 7th rank in the GATE examination with a percentile of 99.96. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the DC transient analysis, right, for non-zero initial condition case, right, for non-zero initial condition case. Okay, so now in my last video we have discussed about the zero initial condition. Okay, so here it is a non-zero initial condition, right? Zero initial condition means at the time of switching the current flowing through the inductor was zero, as well as the voltage across the inductor is also zero, right? Means the energy stored by the inductor as well as energy stored by the capacitor, both are zero, right? Current flowing through the inductor and voltage across the capacitor, both are zero. That is nothing but the zero initial condition. Okay, now here non-zero initial condition means we are having the circuit like initially the circuit is operating with some voltage. Okay, means indirectly that voltage is applied to the circuit at t is equal to minus infinity. Okay, and at time t is equal to 0 we are going to move the switch position, right, from 1 to 2 or from A to B. Okay, so due to that what will happen, actually the energy stored by the inductor at the time of switching instant, it becomes non-zero, as well as the energy stored by the capacitor at the switching instant, it becomes the non-zero, right? So that's why it is like a non-zero initial condition. Okay, so as we know, we are having only inductor and capacitor, those only can store the energy, right? So resistor never stores the energy. Okay, so as resistor never stores the energy, so for all time t it behaves as a resistor only, right? Same as that of the zero initial condition. Okay, so let us analyze the RL circuit. Okay, so suppose we are having the circuit like this is the simple circuit we are going to consider. Okay, this is the voltage V1. Okay, this is the switch which is moved from position A to position B at time t is equal to 0. Okay, next we are having the resistor in the circuit R and the inductor in the circuit L. Okay, as we know, the resistor is the element for all time t, it behaves as a resistor. Okay, so at the end of this discussion, right, we will be drawing some conclusions regarding the inductor. Okay, what the inductor will behave when the switch is at the time of instant, right, as well as what is the behavior of the inductor during t greater than 0, and what will be the behavior of the inductor at t is equal to plus infinity. Okay, so here please try to understand this, right? We are having the switch, this switch is moved from position A to B at time t is equal to 0, right? Means at time t is equal to minus infinity, that switch is connected to the position A. Are you getting the point? We are moving the switch at t is equal to 0 from A to B, means that switch is connected to the position A at time t is equal to minus infinity, right? So before minus infinity, yes, the switch is neither connected to the A nor connected to the B. Are you getting the point? Before t is equal to minus infinity, this switch is neither connected to the position A nor connected to the position B, right? So before t is equal to minus infinity, yes, what will be the current flowing through the inductor? It will be 0, right? Because switch excitation was not connected to the circuit, right? So before t is equal to minus infinity, the current flowing through the inductor was 0, right? So at time t is equal to minus infinity, when switch is connected to position A, right, what will be the status of the inductor? at t is equal to minus infinity, even though the switch is connected to the position A, this inductor will try to oppose the sudden change in the current, right? So before t is equal to minus infinity, the current flowing through the inductor was 0, right? So at time t is equal to minus infinity, that is when switch is connected to the position A, means even though the excitation is applied to the RL circuit, but this inductor will oppose the sudden change in the inductor current, right? So that's why this inductor should behave as an open circuit. This inductor should behave as an open circuit. Are you getting the point, right? And from t is equal to minus infinity till 0 minus, from t is equal to minus infinity till 0 minus, means minus infinity to 0 minus means it is a infinite time, it is a infinite time, right? So from minus infinity the inductor starts storing the energy, right? And as time t reaches 0 minus, this inductor will behave as an short circuit, this inductor will behave as an short circuit. Are you getting the point? Yes, means whatever we have discussed for non-zero, for zero initial condition, right? At that time at t is equal to 0, inductor was acting as an open circuit, but here at t is equal to minus infinity, this inductor will behave as an open circuit, right? And t is equal to 0 minus, this inductor will behave as an short circuit. At t is equal to 0 minus, this inductor will behave as an short circuit. Are you getting the point, right? So here initially switch is at position A, right? And at t is equal to 0, it is moved to position B, means switch is connected to position A at t is equal to minus infinity, and from t is equal to minus infinity to 0 minus, it is at position A only, it is at position A only, right? So at t is equal to minus infinity, can we draw the circuit? Yes, minus infinity, the switch is connected to the position A, inductor will act as an open circuit. So what is I of minus infinity? It will be a 0 ampere, right? I of minus infinity is 0, right? At t is equal to 0 minus, inductor will act as an short circuit, right? So what is the I of 0 minus? Yes, I of 0 minus, it is V by R. I of 0 minus is equal to V by R. Are you getting the point, right? Next, what will happen at I of 0? Okay, now at before t is equal to 0, that is at t is equal to 0 minus, what is the current flowing through the inductor? It is a V by R, right? Current direction is downward direction and the magnitude of the current is V by R. Are you getting the point, right? So at t is equal to 0 minus, the current flowing through the inductor is equal to V by R, and the direction is the downward direction, right? So at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, right, the switch is, when the switch is moved from position A to position B, right, means when the switch is moved from position A to position B, right? So means when here in this circuit, when switch is moved from A to B, so now here it is like a open circuit and this switch is connected to the position B. So in the circuit we are having only this loop. Are you getting the point, right? So what will happen? So when the switch is moved to position B, right, so inductor opposes the sudden change in the current, right? So whatever the current flowing through the inductor at t is equal to 0 minus, the same current inductor will try to maintain at t is equal to 0 also, because inductor opposes the change in the current, right? So in this circuit, if we want if we want to maintain the current flowing through the inductor or in this branch to be equal to same as that of the I of 0 minus, then what should be the behavior of the inductor? Inductor should behave as an current source. Inductor should behave as an current source. So very, very important conclusion. With a non-zero initial condition. Why it is a non-zero initial condition? Because before the switching, right, switching is happening at t is equal to 0, right? So before the switching instant, that is at t is equal to 0 minus, the current flowing through the inductor, yes, it will be non-zero. Yes, it is a non-zero. That's why it is a non-zero initial condition. So at t is equal to 0, this inductor will act as an current source. This inductor will act as an current source. So what is I of 0? It is I of 0 is equal to V by R ampere. I of 0 is equal to V by R ampere, which is same as that of I of 0 minus. Same as that of I of 0 minus, right? Are you getting the point? Okay. Next. So at t is equal to 0 plus, right, what will happen at t is equal to 0 plus? Again, as we know, in the case of inductor, it opposes the sudden change in the current. So that's why whatever the current at I of 0, the same current the inductor will try to maintain, that is at V by R, means inductor will remain acting as an current source only, right? So it is a V by R ampere only. Are you getting the point, right? So in the case of inductor, I of 0 minus is equal to I of 0 is equal to I of 0 plus, right? I of 0 plus, because what is the difference between 0 plus, 0 minus and 0? It is a very, very small. Nearly they are same, nearly they are at the same instant only, but very small difference, right? So t at t is equal to 0 plus, what is I of 0 plus? It is a V by R ampere, means again inductor will be acting as an current source, right? Next, for t greater than 0, for t greater than 0, right, for t greater than 0, what will happen? The inductor will act as an inductor, right? Inductor will act as an inductor. Can we apply KVL to this loop? Yes, it is minus R into I of t minus L into di of t by dt is equal to 0, right? So from this we can write it as form the differential equation in standard form, di of t by dt plus R by L into I of t is equal to 0, right? So how to solve this differential equation? Yes, in the last video also we have discussed, okay? We need to find the integrating factor. Yes, e to the power integration of R by L into dt, so is equal to e to the power RL by t. What is the solution of this differential equation? Yes, I of t into integrating factor is equal to integration of q, that is nothing but the 0 into integrating factor dt plus c, right? Next, we need to simplify it. It is I of t into e to the power rt by L is equal to c, right? Because integration of this term is 0, right? So next, with the initial condition, that is t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, what is I of 0? I of 0 is V by R, right? So here at t is equal to 0, I of 0 is equal to V by R, right? So from equation 1, I of 0 into e to the power 0 is equal to c. So what is c? C is equal to V by R, right? Can we put this c in equation 1? Yes, so it is I of t into e to the power RT by L is equal to V by R, right? So from this I of t is V by R into e to the power minus RT by L. Are you getting the point? Okay, so this is a exponentially decreasing current. This is a exponentially decreasing current, right? Next, can we find the voltage across resistor? Yes, voltage across resistor is equal to R into I of t. So it is a VR is equal to R into I of t is equal to V into, yes, multiply this I of t with R, so RR will get cancelled, so it is V into e to the power minus RT by L, right? Similarly, we can find VL, right? VL is equal to L into di by dt, voltage across inductor. So it is L into d by dt of current, V by R into e to the power minus RT by L, right? So it is like VL by R into, yes, differentiation of this term, so it is like this, and after simplification we can find the VL, right? So we are having the expression for voltage across inductor, voltage across resistor, and current flowing through the circuit, right, for time t greater than 0, right? So means by using that expression, can we find the values of the current in the circuit, voltage across the resistor, and voltage across the inductor at t is equal to infinity? Yes. So at t is equal to infinity, what will happen? I of infinity is V by R into e to the power minus infinity is equal to 0 ampere, right? Can we find VR of infinity? Yes, it is also 0 volt, and VL of infinity, it is also 0 volt, right? So can we draw the equivalent circuit at t is equal to infinity that should satisfy all these three conditions? Yes. So the equivalent circuit will be like this, right? Equivalent circuit will be like this, okay? So can we say that at t is equal to infinity, the inductor will act as an short circuit, and at t is equal to 0, the inductor will act as an current source, right, with non-zero initial condition, okay? So in the conclusion, with non-zero initial condition at t is equal to 0, at switching instant, t is equal to 0 means at switching instant, the inductor behaves as an current source, right? And for t greater than 0, inductor acts as an inductor, right? And for t is equal to plus infinity, inductor acts as an short circuit, right? Inductor acts as an short circuit. Are you getting the point? Okay, so this is the behavior of an inductor for non-zero initial condition or with non-zero initial condition. Now let us analyze the RC circuit. Let us analyze the RC circuit. Okay, so here same circuit we are having, the only change is instead of L now we are having the C, right? As we know, the capacitor is the element which opposes the sudden change in the voltage, right? It opposes the sudden change in the voltage. Okay, so initially the switch is at position A, right? Means switch is connected to the position A at time t is equal to minus infinity, right? So before t is equal to minus infinity, the switch is neither connected to the position A nor to the position B, right? So before t is equal to minus infinity, is there any chance, any way to for the charging of the capacitor? No. So before t is equal to minus infinity, the capacitor voltage, that is the charge stored by the capacitor, yes, is equal to 0, right? So before t is equal to 0, before t is equal to minus infinity, yes, the capacitor voltage is equal to 0 volt, right? Next, at time t is equal to minus infinity, when the switch is connected to the position A, right? Yes, what will happen to this capacitor? In order to maintain the same voltage as that of t less than minus infinity, the capacitor will act as an short circuit. Capacitor will act as an short circuit, right? Means t is equal to minus infinity, the capacitor will act as an short circuit. Are you getting the point, right? Next, from minus infinity till 0 minus, we are having an infinite time, right? From minus infinity till 0 minus, we are having infinite time, right? So during the infinite time, what will happen? The capacitor goes on charging, right? And at t is equal to 0 minus, the capacitor acts as an open circuit. Capacitor acts as an open circuit. So are you getting the point? Capacitor acts as an open circuit. So 0 minus, capacitor acts as an open circuit, and minus infinity, capacitor acts as an short circuit. Okay, so initially switch is at position A, and at t is equal to 0 it is moved to position B, means switch is connected to position at t is equal to minus infinity, and from minus infinity to 0 minus it is in position A only, right? So can we draw the equivalent circuit at t is equal to minus infinity? Yes, minus infinity, the capacitor will act as an short circuit, right? So current I of minus infinity can we find for this circuit? It is a V by R. Okay, so I of minus infinity is equal to V by R. And what is the VC of minus infinity? VC of minus infinity is equal to 0, because capacitor is acting as an short circuit. So 0 volt and V by 0 volt and V by R ampere, right? Next, at t is equal to 0 minus, at t is equal to 0 minus, what will happen at t is equal to 0 minus? Capacitor will act as an open circuit. Okay, so for this circuit, can we find I of 0 minus? Yes, it is a 0 ampere. This is the equivalent circuit at t is equal to 0 minus. Okay, I of 0 minus is equal to 0 ampere. And what is the VC of 0 minus? Yes, it is same as that of the supply voltage, same as that of the supply voltage, right? So here, next, at t is equal to 0 minus, the voltage across capacitor is equal to V, right? Next, at time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, the switch is moved to position B, right? So when the switch is moved to position B, we will be having the circuit like this, right? So in order to maintain the same voltage, yes, same voltage across the capacitor, right? The capacitor will try to maintain the same voltage, that is VC of 0 should be equal to VC of 0 minus, right? So how to get this? Here the capacitor should behave as an voltage source. Capacitor should behave as an voltage source. So please be careful with non-zero initial condition. At t is equal to 0, that is at switching instant, the capacitor behaves as an voltage source. And what about the inductor? Inductor behaves as an current source. Are you getting the point, right? So next, so VC of 0 is equal to VC of 0 minus is equal to V, and I of 0 is equal to what? Can we find the I of 0 is equal to minus V by R, right? Minus V by R. Next, at t is equal to 0 plus, yes, we will be having the same circuit, right? Because capacitor opposes the sudden change in the voltage, right? So VC of 0 minus is equal to VC of 0 is equal to VC of 0 plus, which is equal to V volt. And what is I of 0 plus? I of 0 plus is equal to V by R, V by R ampere. Are you getting the point? Next, for t greater than 0, yes, for t greater than 0, we are having this is the as the equivalent circuit. Okay, yes. So can we apply KVL? Yes, it is minus R into I of t minus 1 by c integration of I of t dt is equal to 0, right? Next, can we differentiate both the sides with respect to t? Yes, it is minus r into di of t by dt minus 1 by c I of t dt, right? Further we can rearrange the terms. Yes, it is in the standard form, right? Standard differential equation form. Okay, so or how to solve this? Yes, we need to find the integrating factor. What is the integrating factor? E to the power integration of, yes, 1 by rc into dt. So it is e to the power t by rc. What is the solution? Yes, I of t into e to the power t by rc is equal to integration of q, that is a 0, into e to the power t by rc dt plus c, right? Next, so further we can write it as I of t into e to the power t by rc is equal to c, right? At t is equal to 0, what is I of 0? It is minus v by r. Okay, so can we put this in equation 1? Yes, so it is I of 0 e to the power 0 is equal to c. So what is c? Is equal to minus v by r, right? Can we put this c in 1? Yes, I of t into e to the power t by rc is equal to minus v by r, right? So I of t we can find it is minus v by r into e to the power minus t by rc. Okay, so voltage, can we find from this voltage across resistor? Yes, r into I of t, so it is minus v into e to the power minus t by rc. Similarly we can find voltage across capacitor also, right? It is 1 by c integration of ic dt, so is equal to 1 by c integration of I dt, right? So is equal to 1 by c, we can put the I, right, expression of I current. So this is the expression of current, and after simplifying we can get Vc is equal to V into e to the power minus t by Rc. Okay, so we are having the expression for voltage across capacitor, voltage across resistor, and current in the circuit for t greater than 0, right? So at t is equal to infinity, right, we can find I of infinity is equal to, yes, put t is equal to infinity, you will get the answer, right? I of infinity is 0 ampere, Vr of infinity is 0 volt, and Vc of infinity 0 volt, right? So yes, can we draw the equivalent circuit which should satisfy equivalent circuit at t is equal to infinity, right? Which should satisfy all these three conditions, right? So yes, we can draw the equivalent circuit where Vc of infinity should be 0, right? Next, I of infinity is 0 and Vr of infinity also 0, right? So we can draw the equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit, right? So here at t is equal to infinity, the capacitor acts as an open circuit. At t is equal to 0, the capacitor acts as an voltage source. So please be careful. Okay, so with non-zero initial condition at t is equal to 0, that is a switching instant, capacitor acts as an voltage source. At for t greater than 0, capacitor behaves as a capacitor, and at t is equal to plus infinity, capacitor behaves as an open circuit, right? So here we are having the summary. Okay, so with the non-zero initial condition, right, these are the elements we are having. Okay, this table is for non-zero initial conditions. Okay, these are the elements we are having, and their behavior at t is equal to 0 or 0 plus, greater than 0, and plus infinity is equal to plus infinity. As we know, the resistor behaves as a resistor for all the time, right? Next, what about the inductor? Yes, for non-zero initial condition, yes, inductor at t is equal to 0, that is at switching instant, it behaves as a current source. For t greater than 0, it behaves as an inductor only, and at t is equal to plus infinity, it behaves as a short circuit. What about the voltage source? Capacitor at t is equal to 0, it behaves as a voltage source. T greater than 0, it behaves as a capacitor, and t is equal to plus infinity, it behaves as a open circuit. Are you getting the point, right? So if you compare this table with the zero initial condition table, what is the change? Yes, here R will remain same, right, in both the tables, right? T greater than 0, L will behave as L, C will behave as a C. This is also same in both the tables, right? But here also t is equal to infinity, this is also same in both the tables, right? But the change is t is equal to 0 or 0 plus. Okay, here in the with zero initial condition at t is equal to 0, inductor behaves as a zero initial condition. I am saying the inductor behaves as a open circuit, right, and capacitor short circuit. But with non-zero initial condition, inductor behaves as a current source, capacitor behaves as a voltage source, right? So this is about the behavior of R, L and C elements with non-zero initial condition. Okay, so thanks for watching.